Hello everyone. Sorry for shuffling the camera around in the beginning. I have a table. Okay, King of the Castle, I have a chair. So yeah, I'm not used to having a table. Let me actually move this back a little bit, and I'm gonna turn the chat off for now while I move it back. Chat filter, none. Okay. So I'm just gonna move this back a little bit. I'm not trying to get in trouble for my artwork in the background. Okay, it's not showing. Good. Hi to people coming in. If you didn't know, King of the Castle, I have a chair. You know Borat. Then he like kidnaps Pam Anderson. Don't worry, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I have a table, guys. Oh, it's crooked. I have a table. I have a table. Oops, okay. Still getting used to the table. So I already turned the chat off. Please like the video so more people get notified. I feel all crazy because I've had coffee and no food yet. But here's what happened. Here's what always happens. I say, Spirit, what do I need to know today? And then I get a big ass spread, and then of the cards, and then they're always like, this is not just for you, like this is a collective message. So we have a collective message. And people kept asking me, well, Duchess, how do I know that like this message is for me? So I channeled some stuff so that you know it's for you. But thank you for the like. Please like the video, guys, and we're gonna get right into it. Cause like I said, I feel crazy. I'm all hyped up on caffeine, no food, and so I need to get this message done, then eat, and then get on with my day. Hi to people coming in. Do you like my spider cup? It's really cool. And then I also have my Sally cup. Okay, so let's get right into this message with my fancy new table. Thank you for the likes. All right, so you will know that this message from the table, just kidding, I'm gonna stop talking about my table. You will know that this message from the table is for you if, here are the synchronicities. Crows or ravens have been coming to you. Celtic magic, you're working Celtic magic, or you keep seeing synchronicities for it. The color peach or the fruit peach. Bunnies or rabbits, or if you've been working with Ashira or Ishtar, you know, comes in the form of a rabbit. Lapis lazuli. So I have multiple pieces of lapis lazuli in this house, but I can't find them. So, because I was looking for them to like hold up for the message, obviously, but I know they're here, I just don't know where. So you could have lost your lapis lazuli, or you could have lost something that you know is in your house somewhere, but you can't find it. So that's like a secondary synchronicity, but lapis lazuli. Iceland spar, that's this kind of crystal. Some people don't know the name of this, but people will dream of this crystal a lot and they won't even know it's a real crystal, and then they'll see it. So Iceland spar is it's like, it literally grows like that, like in a cube, kind of like how selenite grows upward in the ground. It's like that. A little piece just came off too, so that always means you're taking the energy from the crystal. So if you've been picking up crystals and they like dissolve in your hand, or like pieces fall off, you're not doing anything wrong. It just means you're absorbing the energy. So that could be a secondary synchronicity as well. Opal, the crystal opal, sapphire, the triple moon goddess. Okay, this is a really weird one. Poppy playtime, that it's like, good job Sunday, good, it's like a video game video game. I don't know why I said it like that. It's a video game. It scared the crap out of me. So I'm nannying now, and the boys were like, I nanny 2 boys, and they were like telling me about this video game, and I was like, oh, I'll look it up. I like creepy stuff. I'll play it. Girl, no. My immune system and my like nervous system were shot by the end of playing it, because it's one of those jump scare games. So it like messed with my nervous system and made me all like scared, and then after that I felt really sick. So like yeah, if that's a synchronicity for you, Poppy Playtime, or even the name Poppy, cats or Bastet, Kali, Durga, or Shiva, any Hindu gods or goddesses really. Coffee with cream, the cosmic egg, pumpkins, crossroads spirits, the 7 African powers, dragons, amethyst, ocean jasper, matching energy. Delulu is the Salulu manifestation. So if you're out here literally like, I don't know how I'm going to make this happen, but I'm going to make it happen, it's a synchronicity. Steamrolling forward on that as well. So if you've been just like steamrolling forward, you're not letting anything get to you, you're just like, I'm going to continue to move forward. Fern Gully, that movie Fern Gully, VHS tapes. The years 1989 to 1998, so if you're born between any of those years, or if any of those years mean something to you, like I know there's like a Taylor Swift album that's like 1989, I think. I'm not a Swiftie, so I don't actually know. Cold hands and cold feet. So this could be in the literal sense, or like if you got cold feet with something, like you were supposed to start a job, or like how they say, oh, she got cold feet at the altar. So cold hands or cold feet, either literally or figuratively. And just making sure I'm not like sharing my secrets on the back of this page. Okay, if you're Indigenous or you have connections to Indigenous, like you have family members who are Indigenous or whatever, the song Dreams by Fleetwood Mac, Dream Catchers, spider/elder medicine, particularly the indigenous spider medicine, that's the grandmother in indigenous and native cultures. So elder medicine, spider medicine. Neith, which is the goddess of like connections and divine timing. So Neith in ancient Kemet, ancient Egypt, she's shown in a web as well, similar to the spider medicine. So she's shown in a web. She's like a connector of space and time. She brings opportunity, divine timing, all that good shit. And the Oregon Trail. So you remember that game? This is for you if any of those synchronicities. So if you missed any of them in the beginning, you can always rewatch back and see if you have multiple synchronicities, whatever. If none of that like speaks to you, then this probably isn't the message for you. But people were asking me, how do I know if these like collective messages are for me? And I would just say, oh, use your discernment. And then, you know, people were like, well, I don't really know. So I channeled some little things to see, so that you could help you to discern better, okay? So let's get into this message. First of all, the energy's running really high. It feels like it's moving really fast. Thank you for the likes. Please like the video so more people get notified of this. So it feels like the energy's running really high. It honestly feels like, so it feels like the divine feminine, and gender roles can be reversed, of course, and you don't have to be, like a typical like heterosexual couple to make this message. If it fits, it fits, right? Like it's not about like man and woman, it's about like what energy you're carrying, right? So I'm gonna say divine feminine and divine masculine, but you can like shift that to your own personal story and experience, to like what is accurate for you, if this message is for you, right? So okay, I'm trying to get this so you can see the cards a little better. All right, so first of all, it feels like divine feminine is very much in flow. She's very much in a state of, thank you for the likes. Sorry, I'm still getting used to my table. I'm not used to being king of the castle with a chair, and a table. What? Chair and a table? Okay, anyway. So it feels like Divine Feminine is very much in a flow state and following, I just heard surrender, following the higher self. So if you've been really connecting to your higher self recently, or to God as you perceive God, we don't have to believe in the same God or the same version of God. Just basically, when I say God, I mean the Most High. So God as you perceive God. You've just been listening to Source, following your higher self, following your heart, I just heard. And you've been watching a breakdown of the Matrix. So like for me personally, I've seen so many little Matrix glitches. So I made those necklaces, remember, like a couple months ago, and they're really cute and they had like words on them. And I made one with like my name on it. It's just like really cute, like kind of like girly beading, and then it had my name, and the N was just facing the wrong way. And I was like, excuse me, like, I know, because when I was making those necklaces, it was important to me that they read right, you know what I mean? Because like, if you're wearing a necklace, someone's going to be reading the necklace from across the room from you, right? So it's like, I made sure that I was doing it so it wasn't like backwards, so all of the letters were reading correctly when I was spelling a word, and the N for Nikki was just facing the wrong way. And I was like, oh, no, you sneaky little Matrix. Like, I know that I went out of my way to make sure that, like, that didn't happen. So, like, little Matrix glitches like that are telling you that you're hopping timelines. So yesterday, we got solar flares literally all day long, and I would make different choices. Like, I'd be, okay, so you know those, like, pick your own adventure books? I kept making different choices like that, so I'd be faced with, like, oh, you can do this or this. You can do this or this. And so every time I would like fully lock in and make a choice towards whatever direction I was going down in the choose your own adventure of my life, a solar flare would happen. And so it's just so fascinating because it can like indicate timeline hopping and just shifts in the energy. So the Divine Feminine is in that frequency of like timeline hopping, seeing matrix glitches, shifts in the energy. Like I said in the synchronicities, like Delulu is the Salulu. Like, you don't know how you're gonna make this work. You don't know how this manifestation is coming down, but you're like, that's not my job. That's God's job to figure out like how we're gonna make this work. All I have to do is believe that I am worthy of it and do my part, like do what I can control. Take care of my end of the bargain, and God will take care of the other end of the bargain. So that's very much the energy the Divine Feminine is in. Also in a like extreme state of like peace and calm. So there might be waves of anxiety. So I've noticed this for myself personally, is that it's like most of this time I'm in this state of calm and neutrality, and I might have waves of like increased anxiety on certain days, or like just a very polarized frequency, right? So like most of the time you're content, most of the time you're in neutrality, most of the time you're like in this like kind of like bubble of peace and trust, but then like a spike of random anxiety or like a spike of pain. A lot of this is coming from dissolving old timelines. And yesterday something that I suggested on the Patreon was to, Durga came through, the goddess Durga. I've never worked with her in my life, and she's been coming through so strong. And she suggested that, we go, there's this place near me that has a Himalayan salt room. And so she was showing me that, and I've never felt called to go to the Himalayan salt room ever. And Spirit was basically just saying, like, go sit in the Himalayan salt room. And so that's where I saw myself, and I saw the goddess Durga healing me. So if you have one near you, that might be something to do, like, that you want to look into. Mine was only $15 to lay in there for an hour, and it, like, clears your skin. Like, you can see I have, like, impurities coming to the surface and stuff. It clears your skin, it clears your lungs. And so while I was in there, don't worry, I have a point that I'm getting to with this. While I was in there, and the whole store is just like crystals and herbs and like all this positive frequency. So you're in this little room that's a positive frequency in a big place that's just full of good energy and like objects that hold high energetic value. Thank you for the likes, guys. Remember to like so more people get notified. Anyway, the point of all this was Durga was like dissolving chips in my body. So usually what happens is for the 1221 portal, if you're a star seed, you know the importance of the 1221 portal. That's December 21st. Every year it's like a big, there's always a big shift, a big timeline shift. And usually during the 1221 portal is when like chips are dissolved. So if you are a star seed, and you have contracts, basically, so if you are a starseed, which means that you're an interdimensional that has come down into this human body, or you have past lives as an interdimensional, and you've, you know, agreed to incarnate as a human in this life, you have a contract that says that your star family can work with you. So you're basically one of the humans that's up for grabs for the interdimensionals or the aliens or whatever, you know, however you perceive it. And so when you have these contracts, not only good can come in, but bad can come in too. And so you can get chipped. So your chips can be literal, like physical chips, like actual chips that they put in you, you know, like the little computer chips, or they can be like etheric chips. And so the chips, your positive star family can chip you with positive things, and then negative interdimensionals can take advantage of your contracts through false consent. And I talk about false consent a lot because that's what we experience in this Kabbalistic reality that we're living in. There's a lot of false consent, right? There's a lot of predictive programming. There's a lot of, we're telling you what to do, but we're making it seem like it's a choice, but you don't really have a choice, because we are in a narcissistic and abusive relationship with the world leaders, and we're breaking down these systems for that reason. So anyway, they can chip you with like negative chips and stuff like that because they're taking advantage of your contracts through false consent. Now, a lot of times they do this while you're asleep. So you might have nightmares and you're like, oh my God, that was the worst nightmare ever. You wake up with a ton of pain, or you have random bruises or random scratches. You know, spirits can also take advantage of this while you're asleep. And, you know, ghosts can literally like grab you, touch you, you know, do things to you while you're asleep that you never consented for, simply because your light is on and it's shining. So anyway, and that's like a really roundabout way of what I'm saying is Durga was dissolving. She dissolved like 18 chips in my body, and I had really, really bad pain the other day. Like, I haven't been in that much pain in a long time, and it felt like spiritual attack. Like, it felt bad. Like, the energy, it just felt like there was like evil around me. And then I saw like someone that reminded me of like there was a person walking by that reminded me of like a very scary person that like a stalker that I've had in the past. So like that really scared me. And I was like, okay, like, is my stalker here? Like, did this past stalker find me? Whatever. So it was like, it just felt like everywhere I looked there was spiritual attack, and it was not the stalker, but it activated my nervous system to like freak out, right? And think, okay, do I need to get my mace? Do I need to get my bat? Do I need to call 911? Do I need to run up to my neighbor's house? Like, all the hypervigilant trauma things that run through your brain. And it was just a person walking down the road. It was not the dangerous person of the past, but it's still, everything felt like spiritual attack. And so that's why yesterday I said, that's enough. I'm going to this salt room so that I can make sure that like I clear my energy. And Durga dissolved 18 chips from my body, and they were all like going down like the weak part of my body because I got in a car accident and it really messed up the left side of my body. And so they were all implanted in like the weak side of my body, and also the left side is the feminine side of my body, right? So anyway, she was dissolving all of those chips, and I did not realize that I had that many chips in me. So my reason for saying all of that is, if you've been having severe pain, if you have been feeling spiritual attack, if you've been feeling like evil around you, or feeling like you're being watched, the spirits are saying now, the gods, the goddesses, the spirits, the positive interdimensionals are saying, give us permission to dissolve those negative chips. Give us permission to banish those frequencies. And you can banish those frequencies yourself. You can call on the archangels. They're really great. Like how we see Archangel Michael, like smiting the demons and stuff. Like call on your higher, they need permission to interfere in your life in a positive way, right? So give them the permission to heal you. Give them the permission to clear you, is basically what I'm saying for Divine Feminine. Now let's get on to Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine feels a bit scattered. Divine Masculine feels like, you know, they're trying to move really, you know that Nicki Minaj song that's like, like all scattered? Like that's the Divine Masculine's frequency. It's like a combination of excitement, fear, nervousness, ready to go, horny, honestly, like just chaos, and like feeling like spread out, but also feeling like I need to do this now. Like it feels like someone lit a fire under the Divine Masculine's ass, or something. So they saw something. They had an epiphany. They had an experience that made them realize like life is short. So they could have even lost someone. Like they could have lost a friend or a family member. Something happened that said, whoa, my time here is limited. They could have, Spirit showing me too, they could have seen like, remember that time I saw a bad car accident and then I came on here and was like, don't lose your humanity, because like I've been seeing people be so mean to each other. And then when you see something really extreme like that, like you see when I saw that car accident, like I saw someone's life change forever, right? And that's why whenever I'm in traffic for like a car accident, I never complain after having been in my car accident, because it's like my few hours are messed up or my day might be messed up by this traffic or this situation, but that person's life just got messed up. Like now there's like so many factors of their life that are changed forever. They might have injuries, they might need a new car, their insurance changed. What can they afford? Can they even afford like to fix this problem in their life? You know what I mean? So it's like they saw something that made them go, whoa, life is short. I gotta go. I gotta move fast. And that's why they're like, and they're like, okay. So, and then they're showing me too, like, when Cornica was passing away, I was in such a state of panic because I knew I had to get her to the emergency hospital that moment or she was gonna pass away like right then and there. So I was just running in circles. Like I was like, okay, I need my wallet. Okay, I need my money. Okay, like I was like getting my cash. I was getting my cards because like I knew it was gonna be expensive. I was like, I need water. My phone's dying. I need my phone charger. Like I was literally running in circles because I knew I had to go fast in order to take control of this situation again, right? And then by the grace of God, I was literally praying the entire ride to the emergency hospital. I got her there so she didn't immediately pass, and then I got to put her down on my terms and have a peaceful passing for her with a ceremony with my parents there, you know what I mean? So it feels like the Divine Masculine had some kind of experience or epiphany, something that made them say, oh my God, I have to go fast. But they're in that energy of like me running in circles, trying to move fast so that they can regain control over the situation so that things can then go smoothly. But they're in this energy right now where it's like, okay, I need to do something right now. There's no more sitting around. Life is short. I have to do this now. So that is the overall energy that's coming through. So let's get into the actual card readings. Now I got these two crystals yesterday too. How cute are they? It's a lady and this hand. So, excuse me. Okay, let me take a drink of my water and then we'll get into the cards. I'm sweating, guys. Like, I am channeling. The first time I did an event where I channeled, I was literally just like in a pool of sweat. Because like sometimes when I channel, I get so hot and sweaty because that's just what happens sometimes. So like I am channeling right now. Okay. So we have the Page of Cups, the Lovers, the Hanged Man, the Emperor, the Knight of Pentacles, the Devil, the Two of Pentacles, the Three of Cups. So this is the order that everything came out in, and I didn't read any of it yet. I just laid it out, and then I shuffled again, and I got the Queen of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Empress right underneath the Emperor, the Nine of Cups, the High Priestess, and the King of Swords. So we have people who are mirroring each other in divine counterpart frequency. That's when I knew this message wasn't just for me, it was a collective message. Queen of Swords, King of Swords, Emperor, Empress. And then under that, the last two that I pulled are the Two of Cups and the Death card. So here with the Page of Cups, this is going off what I was saying about someone having this realization and this epiphany here. So you could have even given up on this as well, because it's like when pigs fly up here. So you might be like, how I was saying in the beginning, Delulu is the Salulu kind of mentality where you're like, I don't know how on God's green earth this is gonna work, but I just know it's gonna work. Like everything is telling me that it's not gonna work, or it's gonna be really hard, or I don't know how I'm gonna make this happen, but I don't really care. I just have this knowing in my heart that this is how it's supposed to be, and so this is how it's gonna be. And so the Divine Masculine, like I said, had this epiphany. And they had this epiphany of love surrounding you, because look at the two hands making the little heart there. Swept Me Off My Feet, Head Over Feet by Alanis Morissette. And then the When Pigs Fly over there, the little pig flying. But we also have the cup for the cup of love. So the Page of Cups, this could also too, for some of you, be a spirit baby. This is a very specific message, but for some of you, your person doesn't want to see you build a family with someone else. So maybe they haven't really giving you the commitment that you deserve, and maybe you're out like dating. Maybe you're not officially with this person, and so you're out dating, or you're keeping your options open. And while you're doing, and this person maybe expressed to you that they either could not give you a commitment, or that like they weren't in a position to, or that they're like, no, like I just kind of want to be, you know, doing our own thing. So you said, okay, let's do our own thing then. And now that's why they're like, they're like, wait a minute. It's like this epiphany that it's like, I don't want them. I see my future with them. I don't want them to build a future with someone else. For some of you too, they're afraid that you're going to hurt them the way that they hurt you. That's another specific message. So for some of you, they did something to hurt you in the past. Like they might have chosen someone over you, or they might have been like, nah, like I don't have feelings for you. We're just, you know, friends with benefits. Like you're being too dramatic, whatever. They did something to hurt you. And I just heard in my head, it's a trauma response. So this person could say rude things or do rude things that it's like, you're like, why do you act like that? Like, why? It's like every time you get close, they push you away. Every time, you know, things start to get romantic, then they get mean after, because they have this feel. And I just got a notification, so that's a synchronicity. So every time things get sweet, they like even it out with like some mean behavior, some rude behavior. I just heard it's the way they were raised. It might be the way that they saw their father treat their mother, or other influential, you know, men in their life treat the women in their life. So whether it's like coaches, you know, employers, like they saw men treat women in a certain way that they don't necessarily want to treat women that way. It's like they're hardwired to treat women that way. So I just heard it's been an internal battle, breaking down those creating new neural pathways. Like creating new neural pathways is hard. So it's been an internal battle of like creating these new neural pathways and shifting the way that they not only treat themselves, so they could be an extreme people pleaser that never puts themselves first, but also how they treat women and how they have treated women in the past. So that could be why you're like, when pigs fly, dude, like this person's never gonna change. But yeah, something shifted in them. So here with the Lovers and the Hanged Man, they're realizing that they cannot hold this up anymore, right? So with the Hanged Man, you can see that she's having an illumination from this. So in this Hanged Man period, there's been something within you that has awakened. So I'm seeing the spine stretching out. So, okay, for some of you, this person activated Kundalini in you, and there was a part of you that was like, I can only have Kundalini activation with this person, and now you're activating that Kundalini yourself. Like maybe you're doing, that could be why the Hindu gods and goddesses were coming through, because you could be doing tantric practices, or you could be doing just different Kundalini work. And so it's like you're being activated, you're realizing basically in this Hanged Man period, you realized, I don't need the divine masculine, I don't need him. And in this Hanged Man period, the divine masculine realized, oh wait, I actually do need this feminine. I actually do need this person. So I just heard, oh, how the turntables. So it's kind of like, and then I just saw you go, I told you so, doing like a little dance, like, I told you so. So I feel like when you met, I think when you guys met, there was extreme sparks on both ends. Like, both of you were like, wow, oh my God. With the lovers here, this could be twin as well. This could be twin flame. So like with when you both met, it was like, oh my God, like I've met my person. But then you guys both had certain, I am sweating, guys. Like I am literally, like I'm channeling so hard right now. I'm going to have to change my clothes after this. Sorry if that's gross, but it's the damn truth. This is a really intense message. So it's like you both were like, oh my God, like I like head over feet, right, for each other. And then you triggered each other, and so it was the way you handled the trigger. So sometimes you were in the wrong, sometimes they were in the wrong. And as I was saying, creating new neural pathways is not an easy thing to do. So it's like in this Hanged Man period, you've been doing a lot of homework. I just heard a lot of clearing and activation and saying, you know what, like, it's not the divine masculine's life, it's my life, and I need to figure out what I need, and I need to do what's best for me. It's not about him, it's not about them, it's about me. And so there was like this illumination and activation from the crown down, I just heard. So you cleared your spine, it cleared the Kundalini, and you're finding wholeness within yourself to a point where you're like, oh, I actually don't need this guy. Like no matter what, I'm going to have a positive life. I'm going to do what's best for me in this situation. And the divine masculine is feeling an extreme pull. I just heard as well, the divine masculine is having a lot of dreams. So you're infiltrating their dream space. They might even reach out to you and be like, hey, like you were in my dream last night. Or, you know, you could be having dreams of them as well, but just know that like they're having similar experiences with you in the astral realms and in their dreams. I almost just spilled my coffee. Guys, if I'm being real, I don't know how I feel about the chair and the table. Like, I like the table so you can see the cards, but like, I don't know how comfortable it is for me. But like I feel like I'm in a cubicle. I feel like I'm stuck. And I was so excited about this table. But yeah, no, I kind of feel like I'm stuck. But that could be how they've been feeling or how you've been feeling, especially in this Hanged Man period. And that's why this Hanged Man period has activated you to a point, like I said, where you're like, I actually don't need you. Like, I thought I needed you, but I don't. Like, I just need myself. And also, too, it could have made you realize, like, certain codependent behaviors, right? Because codependency is when you rely on things or people or stuff outside of yourself to make yourself feel okay. It's one thing to have coping skills. It's another thing to have a dependency. So maybe you had too much of a dependency on this divine masculine. And like I said, oh, how the turntables. Because now they're feeling like, oh, man, like, I actually need this girl or I need this person. And here with the arrow, you can see she has the arrow. So I just thought of like Pocahontas and John Smith. Like, remember the spinning arrow from my dreams? And it might feel like that, especially too with the synchronicity in the beginning being Fern Gully. Like, so Pocahontas was indigenous and, you know, she was of the land. It's like Avatar, right? Like, it's that same story over and over again, where it's like the spiritual woman meets the unawakened man and then changes his perspective on life. And so in the end of Pocahontas, like, John Smith goes home. And I know there's other ones where they have kids and stuff like that eventually, but so maybe it was like you guys had this coming together, you had this activation, and then you said, well, I guess that's it, because I don't know how we combine our two worlds. Like in Fern Gully, right? Like the guy basically, there's like this construction worker who's ripping down all the trees, and he gets turned small, and he ends up being with the fairies, and the girl gives him a different perspective, and her grandmother, because right in the beginning I was saying, like, why is my face so itchy? Like, my face always itches when someo's coming back. So there is, but I already know this person's coming back. There's about to be a major conversation. But anyway, it's another channeling thing. My face gets itchy when I channel. But anyway, so there's a grandmother in Fern Gully, right? And as I was saying in the beginning, the synchronicities are the spirit of the grandmother coming through. And the healing of the ancestral healing, the elder healing. So it's like in Fern Gully, this construction worker gets turned small like a fairy, and then the fairies show him, like, this is why you shouldn't rip out the trees. Like, this is why nature is beautiful. And then they have that hilarious little, like, dance. They do, like, Swan Lake ballet dancing across this, like, lagoon. And even the man is doing, like, split leaps. It's really funny. Like, like, watching it as an adult, like, as a kid, I was like, wow. But, like, as an adult, it's just, like, funny to, like, watch this, like, construction man doing, like, leaps across the across the Fern Gully. So yeah, it that could be what it is, where it's like with the spinning arrow, and also Cupid's arrow, where it's like you came together, you're like, I appreciate it for what it is, but now maybe we have to go our separate ways. I don't know if we can, like, I don't know. And a card just said McGill, so that, like, Gill might be. I don't know why I'm feeling like a truck just drove by and said Gill, McGill, so Gill might be a synchronicity. But you were kind of like, well, I appreciate it for what it was. It activated me. I don't see it going anywhere. Because it's like the star-crossed lovers here, right, with the lovers card. And then with the when pigs fly, it's kind of like, well, I'm releasing with joy. I'm just happy it happened. I'm grateful for the activations, but I have to get on with my life. And then it was like that. It feels like that's the energy that the masculine started in, of like, well, I'm glad this happened, but it can never work. And the feminine was like, oh, this is obviously going to work. And then it feels like it flipped, where you were like in a position where you're like, okay, I'm glad it happened, but I can't keep compromising my own needs to try and make this work. And now the masculine's like, wait a second, I have to figure out how to make this work. Like, there needs to be a way that I can make this work. Especially here with the Emperor card. And so it's like in the past, like, so I'm seeing the activation, and then I'm seeing someone bite their nails. So your masculine might bite their nails. Sorry guys, I got a call from spam. There could have just been a lot of spam and interference as well. So it's like, you're about to come into union, and then this goes wrong, and then you're really going to do it this time, and then this goes wrong. It just feels like there's so much spiritual attack, so much interference, and I just heard God's plan. You cannot interfere with God's plan. So you can come in and you can create an obstacle. You can come in and you can try to ruin this. You can come in and you can try to steal this, but what's meant for you can't miss you. And if God says this is how it's supposed to be, then as you perceive God, God as you perceive God. If God said this is how it's supposed to be, then that's how it's going to be. And so it's like in the past, like, I'm seeing, like, the biting of the nails, the nervous, like, how can I make this work? And now I'm seeing the masculine be like, no, I can make this work. So in the past it was, how can I do this? How can this possibly work? And now it's, I don't know how, but I'm going to make it work. I'm going to make it work. I just heard, and I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more. But I saw the Family Guy version. Remember when Peter's like in the booth and he's like bouncing on his toes and he's like da 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 da. Like, so you could have a really good sense of humor. Your masculine could have a really good sense of humor, or they just might make you laugh. Like, they might be serious. Like, they might actually do serious stuff, but it, like, makes you laugh. So, like, you know, so they got serious, and they were like, I don't need to figure out, like, how this can work. All I have to know is, like I said in the beginning, Delulu is the Salulu. And so them being, like, determined is actually very funny to you. It's like, there's something, like, comedic about it. Even though they're being serious, there's still something really lighthearted about it. And, I just heard, like, okay, there's something about past lives here too. So, like, in a past life, something happened between the two of you. I just heard where they could not save you. So either they couldn't save you or they couldn't have you, like you didn't end up together. And it was extremely painful for you both, but it was harder on the masculine because they felt like I was the one who was supposed to fix this or make it work because, like, the masculine energy, right? I just heard I can't do that in this life again. So part of what you're solving in this is not making the same mistake from a past life, and also them being like, no, I can't take that. So how I was saying, they hurt you in some way that they can't deal with you hurting them in that way. And as I said, for some of you, there's a very specific message that it's like they don't want you to create a future with anybody but them. Like, and not in like a toxic way, in a way of realizing like, oh, like that's my girl, like that's my woman, my whatever, that's my person. I don't want to see my person have a marriage with someone else. I don't want to see my person have a kid with someone else. I don't want to see my person having a honeymoon with someone else. And in the day of social media, it's very possible that they would see you like living your best life with someone else. So it's that realization, right? Let me move my coffee so I don't knock it over. Everybody take a drink. They just showed me gears clicking into place. So something clicked into place here with this Page of Cups. For some of you, it is a spirit baby. For some of you, if you've been wanting to conceive, trying to conceive, or you've been wanting a child, that child's coming. Whether it's with this divine masculine, which it seems like it is, it seems like they're getting their ass in gear, or it's with someone else, a soulmate, or whoever you're supposed to have this child with. This spirit baby here, they're coming. They're coming, okay? And if you don't want kids, make sure you're protecting yourself so that you don't have that conception. And for others of you, if you don't want kids, there's a dream that's coming into fruition. I always, why does Spirit always do this to me? They always put Millie Bobby Brown when she was like, you might say I'm a dreamer. Like, they always put that in my head, and I'm like, what the hell? So just like how when they're serious, there's something like funny about it that makes you laugh. You got serious about your dreams, but there's something like endearing and funny about that too, to like them. So like how Millie Bobby Brown was just like a kid singing that and everyone's like, oh my God, like this is awkward. Like something clicked into place where your dreams are coming in, this spirit baby's coming in, whatever you've been trying to manifest, it's coming in with or without this person. And so it clicked something in their head. And now that's why they're like, because they're like, okay, crunch time. This is the person that procrastinated writing the 10-page paper until a day before, right? This masculine procrastinated writing the 10-page paper, and now it's crunch time. And that's why they're like Nicki Minaj, and they're doing foot fires, trying to figure out which direction do I go in to make this work. I just heard, on my heart, just like a tattoo. You guys could be getting tattoos together. You could have matching tattoos. And Spirit just said that is not the kiss of death. It's only the kiss of death in toxic relationships. You know how people say, don't get a tattoo, you'll break up. Spirit's like, yeah, because usually when people break up after getting a tattoo, they were toxic in the first place, right? So this person could be, you could have gotten matching tattoos, or you guys could be getting them. I just heard checkmate. So, because you can see he has the little chess piece in his hand. And then the reason I'm saying that is because he has the Ankh tattooed on him. There's been some sort of dark masculine activation. So not toxic masculine. Like I said, turning that toxicity and alchemizing it into something powerful from the darkness is from which the lotus grows. This could also be certain Kabbalistic, breaking down of brainwashing. So divine feminine, a lot of women and divine feminines right now. So to me, we're going to get deep for a second here, guys. And then I need to, like, how have I already been on here almost an hour? Okay. So I don't know how to keep it short. I don't like, and also, does anybody else feel like time is moving so fast lately? Like, I feel like time was going so slow during like 2020, and then it feels like because it went at a snail's pace, like we had to catch up. But anyway, so there's beta sex kitten programming, right? Like that's a kabbalistic like MK Ultra programming, mind control. It's MK Ultra mind control, beta sex kitten mind control. It's a perversion. And basically what I've seen, so how you can, I actually want to do a whole video on this. Let me know in the comments if you want, because I will do that for Women and Children's Month. And what it is and how they do it. And so, but basically one of the symbolisms they use is like when you see celebrities going through it, they'll dye their hair bleach blonde, they'll dye their hair pink, or they will have them wearing a lot of like animal prints. And so back in the day, before it was perverted, a lot of indigenous tribes and communities, these like leopards and cheetahs and everything like that, they were sacred. So when we think of it's not Serket. Serket is the scorpion. Who is it? Shishta. Shishta from ancient Egypt. She wears the leopard print. She wears leopard skins, and she represents like healthy sex and like sex ritual that's used for the divine, and like tantra, right? To connect you to God, not to connect you to these lower level like scary things that they do with it now. And so there were a lot of tribes and stuff that would work in that high frequency sex magic, basically. You know what I find really interesting too? I watch a lot of true crime, and a lot of people that end up, like the men who end up unaliving their spouses for a mistress, a lot of them are in some weird kind of perverted sex magic cult. And it's not the kind that is beneficial, where it's like you're using it to connect to God. It's the kind that's like connecting you to evil. And so that is another reason why the Bible says stuff like, don't do that kind of thing, because it's like, if you don't have discernment, you could end up in the clutches of someone who's in like a really low frequency, but leading that kind of magic, right? But back in the day, the tribes and the communities of the indigenous would use this. There was like the sacred whore, right? So anyway, that's a long way of saying women right now, we're breaking down our beta sex kitten programming, and we're basically dissolving it to be alchemized into what it's meant to be. So into like how the indigenous people used it for the greater good and to connect to God and connect to the earth. Like they used it for positive energy, not for this weird like slave realm that we're in, and they use it to keep us enslaved. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because we have the checkered floor, which is a like big symbol in like Kabbalistic ritual and MK Ultra. So it feels to me like how the divine feminine are breaking down this beta sex kitten programming and using it for a higher frequency, like Kundalini activation, like I was saying in the beginning, or tantric sex magic, safe sex magic, safe sex in general, if in the past you've fallen into unsafe sexual encounters or experiences. The men are that's why they said checkmate, because they're matching your frequency, like I said in the beginning, matching energies. And they're breaking down certain programming that they have as the masculine or men in society, certain Kabbalistic situations or programming, and connecting to the divine feminine mother here with the Ankh, because the Ankh represents the divine feminine mother. And as I said, integrating the shadow, which then levels them up to this emperor energy, right? And then Spirit wants me to say too, with this Queen of Swords, King of Swords energy, you're both in this frequency of like, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it right. So maybe in the past, like I know we haven't gotten to this part of the reading yet, but maybe in the past you both were on some dumb shit, not to be rude, but they could have been on some dumb shit. And then in retaliation, you were on some dumb shit, and Spirit's saying no more dumb shit. Like we're releasing these programs. We're creating new neural pathways. We're shifting our frequency to a point where we're like, this is not like my old bad behavior is not ruling over the choices I make now. Like forgiving yourself, them forgiving themselves, forgiving each other, and saying, if we're going to do this, we're going to actually do it right. And then for some of you, Spirit just said, when you first met, you were too young. So for some of you, if you have already had connections with this person, you met when you were too young and you screwed it up because that's just how it was. There was no other way it could be, because you had to have certain life experiences to be in the higher frequency. And for some of you, if you have not met this person yet, like let's say you're like, I don't know who you're talking about, Dutch, I don't have a person, but hopefully someone's coming in. You haven't met yet because you would have screwed it up, because you would have been too young. So thanks for the likes, guys. Please remember to like so more people get notified. Okay, so with the Emperor, he's like leaving all of that chaos behind him and leaving the Hanged Man period behind him. So like I said, he knows it's now or never. There's very much a now or never frequency, because your dreams are coming in. For some of you, it is a spirit baby coming in, with or without them. So with the Knight of Pentacles, the Devil, the Two of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups, in the past, especially going off of beta sex kitten programming, there might have been imbalances in the sexual energy. So like I was saying, telling you, oh, we're just friends with benefits. Like, why are you catching feelings? And then you're like, wait, what do you mean? And then, like I was saying, they don't want you to hurt their feelings the same way they hurt your feelings in the past. So there is, with the Knight of Pentacles as well, this is the long haul. So either you've been doing this for a long time, you've been going back and forth for a long time, and they're like, finally, it's time, like it's now or never. And then for others of you, it's like they, like I said, they don't want to see you making long-term commitments with another person. That would be very upsetting for them. And for some of you, it's both. For some of you, you've been doing this a long time and they don't want to see you with someone else long-term. So with the Devil here, it's like they're leaving behind the old toxic, and right, look, this is mirroring, because we have the ram in the background here, and then we have the ram tattoo. So it's like this divine masculine could have thought, oh, this is just the way I am, like I'm never gonna settle down, I'm never gonna get married, I never want a family. And they're like, that changed, something in them changed when they met you. And then for others of you, they made a bad choice. And so those bad choices made them feel like they don't deserve a happy family or a happy relationship. So maybe they, you know, picked the wrong person to, maybe they're like divorced and they're like, I married the wrong person. I guess I just don't deserve a happy marriage. And so they divorce them, and then they meet you, and they told themselves, I'm never getting married again. And then they meet you, right? And, or maybe they had children with someone who wasn't a healthy person to have children with, and so they're like, well, I'm used up, I'm tainted, you know, like the stories we tell ourselves that are not true. This person could have had addictions in the past here with the Devil, and they overcame those addictions, but they're still caught in this like maze of their mind where it feels like, well, I'm not worthy of love because I did this bad thing, and this bad thing when I was an addict. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And then for others of you, it's literally just their own, like, mental health. So, like, they could have grown up thinking, like, I'm not meant to, like, find love. I'm unlovable. And then they meet you, right? So for some of you, it's something less severe than, you know, a divorce, whatever. Not that that's severe, but that can cause severe trauma, right? Like divorce, custody battles, legal issues, stuff like that. It can cause a lot of suffering. Can you stop, Ice Keem? She's just walking in circles and parkouring off of my chair. Okay. And then here with the Two of Pentacles, right, and the Three of Cups, we're balancing out whatever this was in the past. So the unhealthy sexual encounters that you guys had in the past, where I just heard, oh no, wait, what is it? It goes, and nothing can go wrong. Oh no, it all went wrong. That meme, that was you. Every time you guys would come together to have these like sexual experiences, or to have this like, every time you try to come together, you were like, and nothing can go wrong. oh no, it all went wrong. And so it's like we're finally balancing that out into something more healthy, right? Into the Three of Cups, the Three of Cups energy. The Three of Cups is a higher frequency of that celebration, of the sexual energy, of the joy, of friendship. So instead of being in this like dark kind of devil energy, we're breaking that down. We're alchemizing it, right? Because it goes from the tattoo on his body and having mind control. For some of you, this is like MK Ultra, whether you were literally in the GATE program and were like a part of the GATE program in the 90s, that could be why I came up with 1989 to 1998, or this is just like we live in a reality where we're just constantly MK'd. So whether it's through entertainment or whatever. So it's like literally breaking down, or it just might be mental health. Like I said, this could just be old stories, old mental health issues, pain, regret from the past that said, I'll never be okay. This is a part of me. This is tattooed on me. And then the masculine frees himself from this mind control, and the tattoo goes from being the devil tattooed on his skin to just in the background. It's a lesson. Checkmate. The new tattoo is the embodied and alchemized divine feminine, the Ankh, life. It is life, force, frequency, and growing up. Feels like they grew up. Someone grew the fuck up. I just heard. You might have told them, grow the fuck up. And they're like, okay, like that hit. The Two of Pentacles, the Three of Cups. So we're balancing out. And then here we have this is Celtic, I'm pretty sure how I was saying the Celtic synchronicity in the beginning. So this is, like I said, leveling up from the dark, twisted, sexual mind control frequency to the higher vibrational Three of Cups, joy, celebration, friendship, love frequency, sex frequency, and overcoming the mind control. Now, the next cards we have are the Queen of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Empress, the Nine of Cups, the High Priestess, the King of Swords. So for you, I feel that I just heard, there's an icebox where my heart used to be. You've been through stuff that made you say, I need to be logical. I need to lead with my mind, not lead with my heart. Because when I lead with my heart gets broken. So the divine feminine, you could have had I just heard shattered. You could have had your heart shattered. That's also another MK Ultra synchronicity, is they shatter the personality. That's why when you see in the music videos and stuff, when someone has like shattered glass or a shattered mirror, it symbolizes the breaking of the personality through trauma-based mind control. You could have had just severe trauma, severe heartbreak that made you like lose yourself. So like after Cornica died, I really stopped dancing because I just felt so sick all the time from my grief. And it's like dancing is a part of me, and I'm finally like connecting back to that, and it feels really good. So like certain heartbreak took you away from yourself, and you became very guarded, and you began leading very logically instead of with your heart. And this was in order to create a sense of independence. And so Spirit's saying to continue to be logical, but also at the same time, how I was saying in the beginning, Delulu is the Solulu is one of the synchronicities. It's like some of that needs to be put away. So don't be reckless, don't be stupid in your behavior, but also like you need to become a dreamer again, right? Like frickin' Millie Bobby Brown with singing that. There's also, my left eye just twitched, so there's evil eye and spiritual attack. So this is one of those things too where it's like you were super fun and super carefree, and my left eye is twitching really bad. You were super fun and super carefree, and then it got like beaten out of you. So whether it was like kids making fun of you at school, or like you know, friends that weren't really friends, betrayal, this masculine could have shattered it out of you, like I said, like shattered your heart. But also it feels like it really feels like there are negative entities that don't want you to reach your goals in life. So if you have a really strong purpose, there's always going to be opposition to that purpose, right? Like how God gives his toughest warriors, the strongest warriors, the toughest battles, blah, blah, blah. The what's it called? The cliche. Cliches are a cliche for a reason. So it's like there's been just major opposition that took you out of who you really are. And Spirit's saying that you could have also been like me and just had Saturn doing whatever Saturn was doing. Like Saturn was sitting on my moon and it was a nightmare. It was like on top of me. Like that painting of that lady who's in bed like this, and then Saturn's just like, he's like blowing on her like all angry, and she's like, that was me with Saturn in Pisces, and now it's moving into Aries and I'm a cardinal sign, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? But anyway, because I'm a Cancer. But so it's like you could have just dealt with some sort of Saturnian lesson, whether it was just your destiny or it was in your astrology. And Spirit's saying keep that energy, in the sense of keep the detachment and keep your head, like keep using your discernment. But with the Nine of Pentacles, you have to become a dreamer again, and you need more joy in your life. So this Saturnian lessons that you went through with this person, or on your own, or both, your own separate Saturnian lessons and also the Saturnian lessons with this person, keep that in your back pocket. But right now it's time for you to open your heart. It's time for you to get outside. And some of you need to be like I'm actually going to clear evil eye right now because my eye keeps switching. So some of you need to be constantly clearing the evil eye. When your left eye twitches, it means there's evil eye on you. When your right eye twitches, it means there's like positive frequencies around you. So I'm just going to clear that energy right now. Spirit's saying you've had to constantly be on guard, and it's not about being on guard right now, it's about being ready. So instead of literally being like ready to fight, it's just about being ready. So ready for the good, ready for the bad, ready for the in-between. Instead of constantly feeling like you have to like have your fists up ready to fight, it's about taking what you've learned, being ready, being aware, constantly clearing negative energy, constantly clearing doubt, constantly calling on your guides, so that you can open your heart. Also, being out in nature is really important for you right now, and a hawk could be a synchronicity for you as well. You could be seeing hawks, but it's really time to open your heart and get out in nature. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy. Like, you guys are in the perfect position right now because you're mirroring each other with the... Oh, it's my cats. I thought it was raining, but my cats are just going through their little tunnel. So you're mirroring each other with the Queen of Swords, King of Swords. Lessons learned, I just heard. So your person as well over here with the King of Swords had some sort of Saturnian experience as well. They could have dealt with their Saturn return. There's just really hard lessons that your person learned. And then we also have the crow, right? Like the synchronicity I said in the beginning. And then we have the owl too, and a bat, as well as these little feathers, like I was talking about the indigenous medicine. It's almost like the crow from the King of Swords is flying in the background of the Queen of Swords. So, and yeah, you locked up your heart here with the cup in the prison. It's about letting that cup free, right? Because when you free the cup, it's safe. It's safe. It's safe for you to open your heart. It's safe for you to open up the emotion. And when you do, that's when the Ace of Pentacles comes out of the cup, right? The end goal is able to be free. Sometimes if we're so closed off from spiritual attack or opposition, we end up closing ourselves off to blessings as well. So basically Spirit's saying to still have discernment, but you need to open up in order to receive. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy. The only thing it takes to move the Nine of Pentacles to the Empress is the Emperor. So we have the Emperor up here, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and then we have the Empress directly under the Emperor in this spread. So it's like whatever Saturnian lessons you experienced, keep them in your back pocket, but you're not meant to be in a perpetual state of being closed off. You're shifting from this lesson that's enabling you to be independent in the Nine of Pentacles energy. It's time to open your heart and get out in nature, because that's what brings you the Ace of Pentacles. And then eventually that's what takes you from the Nine of Pentacles to the Empress here. And like I said, you're having this dream come into fruition. You're having this spirit baby be born. My nose is itching. Like, it's not a negotiable. Whatever you've been trying to manifest is happening with or without this person, and that's why they finally kicked their ass into gear and decided to write the 10-page paper 24 hours before it's due, which, been there, not gonna judge, because I've literally had to write a 10-page paper on Italy, and I had to just drink a bunch of energy drinks in college and fucking bust it out in the library 24 hours before it was due. I've been there, so I'm not judging. Some of you could actually be in school too, and that's a synchronicity, but it's almost like when you open your heart and you free that cup, that's when the Ace of Pentacles comes through, and then way more than you even expected. Here with the Nine of Cups, it's the treasure chest, it's the opening of the heart, it's all this love. Nine blessings and more, I just heard. Her outfit's reminding me of a lily as well. Like, her dress is reminding me of a lily. Thank you for the likes, guys. And this is reminding me of a cauldron. You could be doing medicine with herbs, like herbal medicine, or making like potions and stuff, like spiritual baths. But your treasure is here. You know how they say Saturn brings you gifts? Like, it beats the shit out of you, and then it gives you the gift of whatever it was teaching you. It feels like you got your ass beat, turned into ninja mode. I'm seeing Beatrice Kiddo from Kill Bill. How did she not give up? Like, everything she went through, and she survived and thrived. So it's like you're in that Kill Bill energy right now. And you're just meant to take the lessons from that to live the soft girl life with the Kill Bill energy in your back pocket, right? So you have your ninja skills should you need them, but you're meant to live the soft girl life. But sometimes when you're living the soft girl life, you need your ninja skills to protect the soft girl life. So you actually don't see this coming here with the High Priestess. And also, if you've been keeping your energy in, 30 people, 30 likes. Thank you. You could be a life path 30. You could be a life path 3. The 30th could be a significant day for you in relationships. So, yeah, you don't see this coming. You kind of see yourself being happy here in the Nine of Pentacles. But once you reach that flow state of the Nine of Pentacles, you definitely didn't see it coming this quickly, I guess. It's going to happen fast. So shifting from the Nine of Pentacles to the Empress to the Nine of Cups, and with the High Priestess, you don't see this coming. But you kind of do, right? Because like in the beginning I said Delulu is the Salulu. Now we're 31. Oh my god, cool. Delulu is the Salulu, right? So you kind of do see this coming in the sense that you have faith in God as you perceive God. And gateways, like I said, crossroad spirits, gateways, that's the rune of like gateways. You could work with the Nordic gods and goddesses as well, because there's lots of runes on these cards. You could also be a Wiccan, because I'm seeing the star and the herbs and stuff. So it's like some of you could be Christian as well, with the cross on her neck. And then the triple goddess, right? The moon on her head. How I said in the beginning, the triple goddess is a synchronicity here. So you see yourself being happy in this Nine of Pentacles. You don't foresee the Nine of Cups that's coming in. You don't see all these giant blessings in the treasure chest that sets you free. Some of you, the ocean is a synchronicity as well, because I'm realizing this is actually under the ocean. It's sunken treasure. Sunken treasure. On members, we had a whole reading where the Kraken came through. That was really a great reading as well. And some music to do with that. So, this divine masculine, like I said, is clearing the shadows to be in the dark divine masculine energy instead of a toxic masculine energy, integrating their shadow and integrating the feminine. There's some person in spirit that's helping them. Someone passed away. So whether it was, like how I was saying in the beginning, some of you, they're realizing life is short because someone passed away. Or it's like someone who passed away a while ago that is in spirit, that is guiding this person. So like a grandparent or someone significant to them that they lost that is in spirit now. That is helping them uncross their wires. Because like I said, there's certain wiring in their mind that had them crossed. It was not. And also there could be crossing magic on them too. Because when you put a crossing spell on someone, that's to stop them from reaching their goals. But yeah, also the owl on the King of Swords card is like owls see in the dark. So moving through that shadow. So you actually don't see this coming. Like you do, but you don't. You know, but you also can't guarantee, right? So you know, be still and know, you have a knowing, you have a clear cognizance about this, but you can't prove it, right? But it's there. Spirit wants to surprise you. Spirit is keeping this hidden for a reason because they want to surprise you. And then, to close all of this out, we have Two of Cups and Death and Rebirth. And in this deck, it literally says Death and Rebirth. It's not just death. So, there's a rekindling. It's all coming back to me when you touch me like this. When you hold me like that. Oh, God. Our Queen, Celine. Our Queen, Celine. Very much that energy. A rekindling. A death to an old cycle. Like I said, oh, how the turntables where you thought, oh, I need this person. And then you found the strength within yourself. And now, oh, how the turntables, they're like, I need the divine feminine. I need this girl. I need this person. How it switched. That's the death and rebirth. It's the death of the old cycle where you were the chaser and thought you needed them. You found what you needed within yourself with these Saturnian lessons. Their Saturnian lessons made them realize they need you. They want you. They don't want you with someone else. And it's like this rekindling and this rebirth of the Two of Cups energy that brought you together in the first place. The reason you were attracted to each other in the first place is because of that beautiful, timeless love. It's timeless. Timeless by The Weeknd. XO tatted all over my body. Oh yeah. XOXO. Some confession of love is coming. So it's the rekindling. It's the remembrance. Not just from this life, but from past lives as well. And the merging of souls. When two become one, that then become three. For those of you who, look at my lion's mane right now. Look at my hair. It looks good. For those of you who are conceiving a spirit baby, when two become one, which then become three. And for those of you who are just building a dream, not necessarily creating a child, but like creating something. When two become one, that then become three. That's your mantra right now. When two become one, that then become three. And there's about to be a major change, a major death and rebirth. So, holy crap. Let me get you some advice cards. And then we're going to close out because that was way longer than I expected. Well, how about we save those for the end? I'll read these ones first. Thank you for the likes, guys. I really appreciate it. And it makes me want to keep giving you readings. Yeah. Because YouTube does me no favors. They hate me. They hate me. I'll stop singing. That's my new song, YouTube Hates Me. It's streaming now. I'm kidding. Someday I might make music. I make up little songs all the time, and some of them are actually good. I just have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not, I don't know, technology. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take, right? After these Saturnian lessons, oh, how the turntables, it's shifted. Now the masculine is the chaser. Some of you could have a little animal too that's watching over this. You could have lost an animal like me, like Cornica, that's watching over this, or you might have a little dog that looks like that, or there might be a child involved. You guys might have a child together, or you might have a child, they might have a child, but there's some little guide that's watching over this. So cute. You guys, I'm hearing that again. When you touch me like that, there were nights of endless pleasure. That, like, just the intensity of that, it, like, brings you back to that feeling of love and peace and freedom and innocence that you felt as, like, a young person. So as a child, as a teenager, whatever, like, it's this really nostalgic energy. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. This is what I was talking about with asking your guides for help. And there's that spirit baby, right? I actually have an orb that I call the pregnancy orb, because when you hold it, you can see everybody who touches it sees themselves as pregnant. And or they, like, I gave it to my friend who's a man one time, and he had just found out his wife was pregnant, but he wasn't sharing that with me at the time because, you know, it was the very beginning. But I brought him the pregnancy orb, and little did I know his wife had just gotten pregnant. So, and then I do see Mother Mary in the background there. Wedding, some of you getting married, the wedding dress, or just, you know, choosing, if you don't want to get married, choosing a life partner, if you do want a life partner. Chemistry, my twin flame card. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. When two become one, which makes three. When 1, 2 become one, which makes three. The orb, the pregnancy, the orb of confusion. You remember that from 33 people in here, 33 likes. 33 could be a synchronicity for you. The orb, the baby for some of you, or the dream manifesting. When two become one, which makes three. When two become one, which... The arrow, Cupid's arrow. The spinning arrow, Pocahontas. John Smith. Just like literally the same arrow as the girl has tattooed on her arm. You got hit by Cupid's arrow first. You've overcome that, like I said, and you know now you don't need this person. And now... it's changed. They've been hit by Cupid's arrow. I just heard it's about time. Baby, 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 when you touch me like this. That's just like blaring in my head right now. Trust, the situation is calling for you to have faith. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So this is saying that you need to, like, if you are, like I said, how with the King of Swords and Queen of Swords coming through, like, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it right this time. Buckling down and saying, I'm going to work on my shit, you work on your shit, and we're showing up for each other. This is not ignoring the red flags. This is, like, having them out in the open and healing them. Healing them. Past life shit, too. And there's that ancestor I said, that person that passed away that is guiding both of you. Their ancestor. I just heard your ancestors have been doing the brunt of it. They've been doing the legwork. Their ancestor is stepping up because your ancestors have laid the foundation in the astral realms. It's their ancestors' turn. So not ignoring the red flags, dealing with shit as it comes up instead of being avoidant. And then trust, the situation is calling for you to have faith. Again with the arrow, Cupid's arrow. This situation is calling for you to have faith and trust. I need to, like, watch Celine Dion sing that song live. 34. Thank you guys. Let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. Pay attention to the red flags, but don't over control. Let it unfold naturally. It comes naturally, so naturally when you're with me, baby. It's gonna come naturally to each other. But the thing about you guys, they're showing me people fighting. So it's like everything comes very naturally to you both, but you get triggered by each other, or you both have a temper, and then it's like the fights is what, instead of addressing the red flags, you feed into them. So you have to stop. Stop it. Get some help. Just kidding. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Like I said, for some of you it is a new love, but for most of you it's that rekindling, that death and rebirth of the old cycle, and it's a new version of this love. This love has taken its toll on me. She said goodbye too many times before. No, they're like, no. We're not saying goodbye. It feels like the divine masculine's like, if I'm coming through this time, it's for good. It's for good. And that's why you guys have to actually show up and be like owning your shit and not ignoring the red flags. This is protected though with the hens, because I can see a black hen in the basket, where I was saying in the past there was so much opposition. The only thing that can hold you guys back this time is your own mental health stuff, your own breaking down the programming. Look, this is looking like the checkered flooring again in the background. The opposition is not going to be coming from outside of you within this relationship anymore. You're stepping into a new phase or cycle where the opposition comes from within. So it's always things that you can overcome by taking responsibility for your own behavior, triggering, and actions. And with the rose here, it's like purified, because that's Mother Mary again coming through with the sacred rose. And then we have 3 little spirit babies up there. So maybe you guys are going to have if you want lots of children, you have the opportunity to have lots of children. For some of you, if you're worried about your biological clock ticking, God will always find a way. So like someone came on the live recently within the last few weeks and was saying how this woman from her church, the doctors told her she was infertile, and then she ended up, like, everyone prayed for her, and she ended up having multiple kids, and sometimes she would even have twins without like intervention. Like they prayed their way to that. If you're meant to have these kids, you will. One of my best friends from high school was missing an entire ovary from PCOS and from scarring on her ovaries, and they told her it was impossible for her to get pregnant. She's on her 4th kid, like, and she's my age, so she's like in her 30s on her 4th kid. Like, if something's meant to happen, it will. It might not be easy, like she hasn't always had the easiest pregnancies, but it's worth it in the end, right? Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now, is at the bottom. Let's get 2 more from this deck. Flirt, extend your lighthearted energy. So keep it light, but they're going to come in and it's going to be not so light. Like, you're going to be keeping it light, keeping it casual, keeping it light, and that's kind of what prompts them to be like, well, I want that commitment, right? Like everything we were talking about. Let's get 1 more. There it is. You deserve love. You are lovable with that arrow again. That is going to be a synchronicity for some of you. You're going to be actually, and then all the spirit babies. Now we have 4 spirit babies behind her. For some of you, and the river, just around the river bend. I look once more, just around the river bend. It's like this is just around the river bend, but with the High Priestess, you can't see it yet because you're not supposed to, because Spirit wants to surprise you. There are the dreams in the background. Oh yeah, the song Dreams by Fleetwood Mac was one of the synchronicities as well. Everything is being orchestrated for your highest good right now. You are lovable. Like I said, the only opposition for this relationship anymore is what comes from within, your own self-doubt, and not recognizing the red flags that both of you present. Recognizing them and ignoring them could hold you back. Oops. Threw it on the ground. I threw it on the ground. I threw the rest of the cake too. Happy birthday to the ground. For some of you, your birthday or their birthday could be a synchronicity. All right, let's get some goddess cards. I am liking the table in this moment right now, even though. Athena, strategy. Another arrow. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Another arrow. I'm seeing not Snow White. That might be a synchronicity for you. That was a Freudian slip. Snow White. I'm seeing Pocahontas when she's looking at the compass and it's spinning. And she's like, Grandmother Willow. Again, the grandmother energy. The grandmother energy is all over this. Grandmother Willow in Pocahontas, the grandmother in Fern Gully, the grandmother indigenous, spider frequency, the owl again, strategy. Like I said, you have to have strategy. You have to have strategy when doing this. Not a manipulation strategy. So maybe in the past there was strategy through manipulation. Now it's like strategy through we're doing this. We're actually both showing up. We're showing up, we're rekindling, we're ending a cycle, and we're going to actually fix this. So get ready to make plans. You guys are going to be making plans with this person. Hathor, contentment, pregnancy. I can't make this shit up. You guys are watching them fly out. The bull in the background, this person could have been very bullheaded in the past. You're about to be very peaceful, very content. And like I said, some of you very pregnant. Very pregnant. And if not pregnant with child, pregnant with your dreams. Making your dreams, birthing your dreams into reality. Yes, yes, yes. Aphrodite, self-love. So you did the legwork, right? You did the Queen of Swords energy, came to the Nine of Pentacles energy. Now it's just up to the Empress to turn, the Emperor to turn you into the Empress. So pregnant. Bimo, how did you get so pregnant? Adventure Time, when he has Bimo, I don't know if Bimo's a boy or a girl, but Bimo tapes a solo cup to their stomach and puts an egg in it and dances around in front of the house and says, Bimo, how did you get so pregnant? So Adventure Time might be a synchronicity. Bimo might be a synchronicity. My favorite Bimo scene is when he gets, well, the favorite episode is when he gets lost in the woods. And he's like, I'll just go home. And every step he takes, he's tripping over like a root. And he's like, oh, ow. Ooh, ow, ooh, ow. And then he finds that random baby in the woods and he's like, I'll call you Ricky. You are so beautiful, Ricky. And it's like, got like an ugly, weird hand. And then he puts a leaf over the hand and he's like, there, now you are perfect. Ricky could be a synchronicity for you because that baby's name is literally Ricky. Again with the baby. Bimo, how did you get so pregnant? Daughter of Ra could be a synchronicity for you as well because she has the solar disk of Ra. Hathor does. Moon, something about the moon cycles here and the next full moon. Yemaya, hope, dance, moving your body, getting out to the ocean, and finding, yeah, like I said, Delulu is the Salulu, even if you don't know how things are going to fall into place. Yemaya is also the mother. She's like a mother frequency. This person could really like to watch you dance. You might dance with this person or for this person. They just love to watch you move. I like the way you move. Doot, doot, doot. Isis, protection. Oh yeah, and I forgot. I got this one as well. Lakshmi, prosperity. But that's Lakshmi and Shiva. That is like a divine counterpart that has... money. Money, money, money. Money, 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 money. Money. That's reminding me of The Apprentice. That could be in a synchronicity for you. The good old, you're fired. Who's our president now? Crazy. Life is weird, right? One second you're watching Donald Trump say, you're fired. The next second he's running a country. Like, life is weird. Do you ever think about that? I'm just along for the ride. I'm just along for the ride. Okay. Yeah, so this is like the power couple, prosperity, the power couple. And this is protected. Aset, the ascended master, Isis, is protecting this. Plus the rebirth, the death and rebirth, she had to bring Osiris back to life to conceive Horus. And I'm in the twilight zone. I always feel like somebody's watching me. And I got no privacy. Newt, the star mother. Lots of Kemetic goddesses connected to this. We have Hathor, Isis, and Newt. So we have the star mother here as well. Newt, expansiveness. Isis, protection. Hathor, contentment. I'll show you Newt. Pele, some of you could be working on your body too. You could be working out or just taking better care of your body, and it's showing. Pele, purpose. The indigenous Polynesian spirits have been coming through so strong recently. Hawaii or Polynesian past life could be a connection to you, but also Pele is like finding your strength in adversity and not giving up. She looks like Pocahontas too there with that little arm thing, right? And then we have Gaia, creation, Mother Gaia, again with the pregnancy, the mother frequency, because the Empress is Mother Gaia in this deck. The Empress, number 3, and Mother Gaia. And how I said you're connecting back to the earth. Okay, we'll get you oracle cards. And then I ended up being on here 90 freaking minutes. I hope you like long form content. I know I do. Personal property. What did I say about your freaking body? This is my one of my favorite cards from this entire deck. I think it is so pretty. LMNOP. This goes back to what I was saying too about balancing out unhealthy sexual choices with healthy sexual choices. Transmuting a devil-like frequency, balancing it, and turning it into the 3 of Cups. Personal property. You are going for great sex, eating, and exercise. We see you embodying spirit. What did I just say about taking better care of your body? Doesn't this woman look refreshed and secure? She just had an amazing day and now she's having a midnight swim. On a moonlight drive, that Door song. Do 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 do. Moonlight Drive. If someone wants to make a play, like write down the songs that I said that I channeled in this, I will make a playlist and I will link it. If y'all go through and you write down the songs, I'll make a freaking playlist. So yeah, if you want to. Moonlight Dive or Drive, I can't remember. It's a great Doors song. You should listen to it. She just had an amazing day and now she's having a midnight swim. Clearly, she's taking care of herself. This is someone who treats her body like a temple. That reminds us of you. We're talking about... Wait, I lost my place. We're talking about the emerging you who embodies spirit. You are learning to honor your body as a temple and listen to its messages. You are going for healthy exchanges when it comes to sex, eating, and exercise. You see how valuable your body truly is. You are making a splash in the world. When you give, it's because you choose to, not because you feel obligated. When you receive, it is because you know you deserve all of the good stuff life has to offer. Knowing you have authority over you is a true breakthrough. It's the moment in life when you realize your personal property is a very valuable piece of real estate. So... that's it, guys. That's it. Hiya. Let me check the chat. And then I'm out of here. Just kidding. Oh my God. I gotta eat. And then I gotta run errands and look at me in my chair. King of the castle. I have a chair. Okay. That was a really long message. That'll be good to listen back to it. Hey, Teresa. Hi, Indigo. Let's see. Not you saying make a playlist, as I was just thinking I'm going to listen back and list the songs. Yay! Thank you, Teresa. That will be very helpful. All right, you guys, love you. I gotta hop to the gym. Bye, Indigo. Thanks for coming. Hey, Lise. Yeah, can't wait to watch us back later. Yay! There's a river full of memories. I don't know what song that is. Yes, so powerful. I'm going to put it on and sing it right after we get off. Yeah, the Celine Dion song. Hey, Maria. Oh man, we got such a great group going on in here. I've belted it out in the shower. So powerful. Mine's new. It feels fucking amazing, and I'm claiming it. Yay! Makes me so emotional. Spirit soul. Like 34. What is my husband? Sorry, I don't know what you're asking. Oh, interesting. I'm hearing Show Yourself from Frozen 2. That and Into the Unknown. Ah, such a good song. Into the Unknown. Let go and let it flow. That's the feminine power now. Angel's guidance. Hi. This end of this reading is really resonating. Hey, Madison! Thank you so much for these messages and blessing us with your presence. Thanks for being here, Madison. I'm going to add you as a moderator. Standard moderator. Madison's been here forever. Hello and good morning. Hi, Melissa. You are gorgeous. I love your skin. Oh, thank you so much. That's really sweet. Masculine energy to be grounded and purified. Feminine energy to expand and explore. Yes. True. I agree. The dating app gives me the heebie-jeebies. Yeah. That's why I'm not on them. Not gonna lie, not being on the dating apps and being celibate brought a wonderful person into my life. That's awesome. That's the Saturnian lesson I was talking about, right? It's finding that discipline. Yeah, I've been doing that for like 6 years. I'm lonely. I'm sorry, Catherine. Yes, Indigo. I'm seeing and finding romance in life itself instead of laser focused on a person. Love yourself in your life. Find the delicious sauce of life and sprinkle it on everything. I love that. And that is like what the reading was saying. Yes. I think that he may be my old dog reincarnated because of a dream where he visited as a puppy last week. Oh, someone was going to take him to the pound. He's 8 weeks old. You told me I was getting a new pet before I knew. I got him 2 days ago. I named him Paxton, and he's a boxer retriever. That is so beautiful. I'm so happy for you, Catherine. That's wonderful. That's so funny I predicted that. Dude, I be predicting that. I be predicting new animals. Pregnancy. I predicted the people I nanny for. I knew she was pregnant before her or her husband knew she was pregnant with their second. I predicted my grandfather's death. I knew when he was gonna die. I mean, I didn't. Spirit told me. Hello, sugar. Hello. I feel love addiction. I really don't like that devil energy. Yeah, but we cleared it. We alchemized it. The astral dreams are epic. Absolutely. We flirt from distance. I whistle, he whistles. I drive by, say his name. He drives by when I'm outside and says my name. LOL. He lives a street down. I used to be his neighbor, flirting for like 6 years. That is so cute. Kitty, LOL cutie. Yeah, she was just parkouring off of me for some reason. She did that like multiple times. Oh, Spirit's saying the cycle. She was like representing, showing us in the cycle, like the cycle going around and round. Yes, alchemist present here, probably when they don't realize they're even in. Yep, time has been so fast. How is it nearly June? I know. I'm disturbed by how fast time is moving. As soon as you talked about time being fast, then MKU, it glitched for me. Wow. Not surprising. Not surprising. We have a skull with heart eyes. He did mine. I did his. Oh, the tattoos. Love that. Sacred unions are untouchable. Exactly. Let me see what you guys are saying in the current moment. Thank you so much for your presence and messages. I hope you have a beautiful day. You're welcome. Thank you, blessed be. Yay, yippee. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Madison. Blessings, stunning lady. Much love. Thank you so much. Revival Craft. Ooh, I like your name. But that's it from me, guys. Oh, just 100 minutes. That's it. Just kidding. But this was supposed to be like a half hour. Oh well. I'm gonna eat my food now. I have octopus. Honestly, it made me a little sad. I got baby octopuses from sushi, and I was like, oh, this is actually a little sad. So maybe I won't do that again in the future. But I'm gonna eat them now and pull in the power of the octopus. Hey, Katie. Hey, Leah. You're welcome, guys. Thank you, Dutch. You're such a blessing. Sending all the love. Thank you. Love you. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. All right. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Okay. Remember, Coven is moved over to my website. We're all done on Patreon. Memberships, if you want more, they're in the posts. You can find the link in the posts. And Women and Children's Month coming right up. I'm gonna do my best, guys. Oh, also, let me just say this now. I'll repeat it again, but I'm not gonna be available for my birthday. Like, I made that mistake last year, like that huge mistake of answering my emails, and I had a client go absolutely psychotic on me on my birthday and then continue their psychopathy throughout the rest of the year, and I just don't consent to that. So for like the week, like the few days leading up to my birthday and a few days after, like I'm actually taking it off. And what I'm going to do for Women and Children Month is I'm going to just pull cards and post them on the community page, but I'm not going to be available by email because I'm not risking that happening again. So, yeah, we'll have Women and Children Month, and the week of my birthday, we'll have a bit of a lighter post schedule where I'll just be posting the cards. But yeah, Women and Children Month coming right up. All right. I love you guys. Of course, I'm so grateful to be a part of your community. I hope you enjoy your food. I'm making breakfast now. The octopus is good, but I know what you mean. Yeah, exactly. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.